No need to change seats for those men. Must have the same size anatomy. Marshals keep check there with fire equipment, just in case. A very dangerous part, probably the worst part of any pit stop, is the fueling side of it. They must do it with a stopped engine, as you will notice from the roar of the Mercedes as it starts back up again. Heart-stopping moments indeed, just in case it won't fire up. So, back out onto the track goes 31, Sauber Mercedes, followed by the TWR Jaguar. Zaps round the outside into the first chicane. That's a silk cut Jag of Derek Warwick. Oh dear me, Fiedler 31 spins out there. That's Carl Wendlinger. That's how they saw it in the pits. Heart-stopping moment. Back in the pits. He lost 2 laps for repairs for that particular mistake that he made there on new tyres. 2 whole laps, that's a disaster for them early on. Well, if the mechanics ever thought they were going to have an easy time, this was the man that proved that they didn't. Turn the power on very, very hard out of the chicane. Just got the thing on the move. Luckily jammed the brakes on early enough to make the thing go in a straight line as opposed to off at a tangent straight into the barrier. And spins out quite gently. Although it could have ruined his day. So Wiedlinger gives us a bit of a insight into the reason why. Meanwhile, back at the track, the Euro Racing, AO Racing, Spice Cosworth of Linton James, Desiree Wilson and Tomiko Yoshikawa, the female team, can show that they don't do it any more gracefully than the men in the 24 hours. Well, it's all happening now. Another silk cut, that's the Derek Warwick silk cut Jag. He's spun off and he's now returning on without too much trouble. That's the Porsche Kramer. Had a fairly eventful race. And he's exploded. Oops, that's a major problem there. That's an oil tank that's gone up. The Kramer Porsche. Well, they don't really want to leave too much oil on the track around here. It's quite difficult. Meanwhile, the Sauber Mercedes, #1 team, the C11 team of Jean-Louis Schlesser and Jochen Mass, and Alain Ferté, of course, the Frenchman, lead this race. No problems for this team, none reported. 32, that's the Sauber Mercedes of Jonathan Palmer. Jonathan Palmer, Stanley Dickens and Kurt Thim, Danish driver. So the night time cometh. This is the part where it all happens. And that is the situation at this point in time. #1 car of Sauber Mercedes leads from the 32 car Sauber Mercedes. And Sauber Mercedes of Jonathan Palmer and Stanley Dickens in second place. And now we're in the night time proper. No time to boogie. What a great night scene. As the lights of the cars light up the neon of the Armco barrier. And that'll give you some idea of the atmosphere of Le Mans. 92 laps done. And while the town boogies, the race continues into the night. Well, with the inside into the Le Mans 24-hour race on the inside, we're going to go to a break. Join us again in just a few seconds.
You are watching the Le Mans 24-hour road race, brought to you by Castrol and Goodyear.
Welcome back to the Le Mans 24-hour race. Number 1 car, Sauber Mercedes of Jean-Louis Schlesser, Jochen Mass and Alain Ferté, still leading the race. An absolutely trouble-free drive so far. No drama whatsoever. The same cannot be said for some of the other people in the pits. And here we have 55. This is the second place car now, the Mazda of Johnny Herbert. Mazda Speed 787B, Volker Wiedler, Johnny Herbert and Bertrand Gachot. A celebrated trio of drivers. The Mazda has now taken over second place. So the rotary engine Mazda is moving itself up there, 35. That's now in third place. That's the Davy Jones silk cut Jaguar. Davy Jones never won this race. An accomplished Group C car driver that's never managed to do this particular one. So equally to the Japanese wanting to win with the Mazda, you can guarantee that Davy Jones wants to. Oh, we've had a bit of a spin there, 51. That's the Salamin Primigaz Porsche 962 of Otto Odenbach. Obviously not quite getting the turn onto the start and finish straight quite right. Well, there we have some patriotic Brits. Oh dear me, 51. That is a fairly substantial clout of the wall. I don't think he's going to be going any further. Perhaps had some kind of problem that we didn't see, but he clouded the wall coming out onto the pit lane, and again finds himself in major problems there. Though I think that's the Primigaz Porsche that is not going to be continuing this race for very much longer. Let's hope he doesn't leave too much debris for everybody else. So in car with the 56 Mazda 787 of Pierre Diardon, Yuriro Terada. This is in car with the rotary engine Mazda. Give you a bird's eye view of just how mucky it is after a night time of driving. Cracked screens, you can see there the stones are cracked. That's the 36 car. The silk cut Jaguar of Mario Montini, Jeff Krosnoff and David Leslie. An unscheduled parking space. That's the Derek Bell car. Out of the problem, out of the race.